Over the years, I've used multiple apps for my e-commerce business. Some of them were useless, while some actually helped me scale my businesses to millions a month. In this particular video, we're going to look at the e-commerce apps that you should probably be using in your business. But there's a twist. These apps are not expensive. Actually, they range between $5 and $50 each month. That's not bad. Now, for those of us that are complete beginners when it comes to e-commerce, especially e-commerce in Nigeria, don't spend a lot of money at the beginning. Keep your money for things that you would need to spend money on. Things like product, things like advertising. When it comes to apps, lay low. And that's why you want to have the $5 apps, okay? Now, ideally, I've broken this into different categories. You have content, you have CMS platforms, and you have marketing. Now, for content, one of the best investments you can make, right? No matter how big your e-commerce business grows to be, this is actually one of the best investments. It is Canva, right? Canva is 2,800 Naira a month. That is about $2, maybe like $1.7 actually, right? Exactly. It is the best investment you can make in your business. Don't dull on Canva, right? The next thing you need to probably work on is something that has to do with video. There's an app called VN. Now, I started using VN in 2019, about 2019, 2020, and I learned it from a lady called Amber. So Amber is called, I think her handle is called Idea Not Dread or something like that, right? That's who taught me VN. And that particular course or program was 5,000 Naira. One of the best investments that I've made in my life till today, right? And I still use VN till today. So if you're just getting started, master VN. Now there's InShot, there are so many other tools these days, but VN is good for you. VN will get you sorted. Now for the CMS platforms, you have a lot. And the good thing is most of them are actually free, okay? So you have, if you're selling digital products now, you have Seller, you have Mainstack, you have Bumper. Bumper, according to their website, also sells digital products. You have Paystack, Storefront, you have the Flutterwave, Storefront, right? All these things I'm mentioning, you can actually get started for free, zero, right? So take advantage of these things. Now, for someone that uses, again, if you are new to this channel, you will not know, but ideally, most of my stores run on Shopify, right? And there's a reason why they run on Shopify. We'll talk about that probably in another video. But if you're just getting started, don't do it. Don't play that Shopify game, right? Even though you will get like $1 for your first 3 months trial, all those things. After the 3 months, what's next? Just for context, if you sign up for Shopify today, you pay $27 per month. That has more than your $5. 5 times more than your $5, FYI. Now for marketing, don't even think too much. Leverage social media, okay? Now with social media, you have, what's it called now? You have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, come on, you have YouTube. Just leverage one of these platforms, right? Don't bother trying to play with any paid platform for now. Now, if you want more support and you actually want to scale your business faster, you definitely need to spend more money. And this is where the $50 e-commerce apps come to play, right? Unlike the previous $5 tools, there are 2 additional categories here. Now, for content, it's the same thing, Canva, right? Just go ahead with Canva. Now, the only difference here why I say upgrade from VN to CapCut is because when you begin to pay for the pro version of CapCut, there are certain pro tools that you need to just make your whole content game, especially on social media, stand out. Things like transitions, things like sounds, things like clipping a long form video into short form, things like, see, there are so many things that CapCut Pro can do for your life. So don't get me wrong. If you can afford it and you want to pay in the $50 per month space, definitely get CapCut. For the CMS platforms, it's time for you to go pro, right? What I mean by that is Seller, Mainstack, Bumper, those 3 platforms have a pro version, right? The pro version gives you access to more tools and more things that you can use to even market your product in different ways. So it has certain automations in there like email marketing, abandoned carts, all these little things. The pro version of these tools, which are very affordable, you can work with, all right? If you also want to do it, you can do Shopify. Now, I strongly recommend Shopify for 2 things. Number 1, If you are looking to target non-Nigerian customers, Shopify is good. And I say this because, and I'm not trying to knock down any of these other apps because I feel these apps are amazing. But right now, somebody living in America, somebody living in the UK, somebody living in Germany, for example, they already know Shopify. They trust Shopify to a certain degree, right? They've shopped on a Shopify. Well, there is a high chance that they've shopped on a Shopify platform, okay? But if you're targeting Nigerians in the diaspora, Nigerians in these countries, please, by all means, you don't need to use Shopify. You can use other platforms because Nigerians know these platforms already, all right? So yeah, if you want to do that, that's probably where most of your $50 will actually go to. Next up, you're looking at marketing. So remember, with $5, I told you just to focus on social media. But now you have some more money, so you can begin to play with things like automation, right? And when it comes to automation, just use ManyChat, right? There are other tools that are available, but I have this policy where there's a reason why one is very common and very popular. If that one that is common and very popular is outside there and the new ones are using that. Let me explain this properly. I was about to get excited. If ManyChat is popular, everybody keeps talking about it, right? And then the alternative options or the competitors now come out and say, oh, don't use ManyChat, use us in their marketing conversations or in their marketing copy. That's a no-go for me. I'm not a huge fan of that. Because if your app is as good as you claim it to be, you don't need to hug anybody else's own. Let the customers or the audience be the ones to say, oh, this is actually better than. You get my drift. Anyways, I segued a bit there. But there's ManyChat, right? So ManyChat will help you kind of pick certain keywords that when people comment it, you kind of automatically send them a DM with your catalog, things like that, your price list, all of that. So with email marketing, it depends on the kind of business that you operate. If you operate a full-fledged e-commerce store, there is Omnisend, there is Klaviyo, there is Shopify. If you're running digital products, there is ConvertKit, there is Kit. I still keep calling it ConvertKit. There is Kit. I use Kit as well. There are other options. There are so many options, but you can definitely begin to play with email marketing when you are spending $50 a month. And my favorite one, artificial intelligence. Now, similar to what I said with ManyChat, there is one very popular artificial intelligence tool that we all talk about, right? We know that tool, ChatGPT. Okay, good. Now, after that, the closest second is Gemini, right? And I use both. Now, the reason why I use Gemini is because it's kind of integrated into my whole business system for a particular e-store that I run or a particular business that I run. The other businesses operate with the ChatGPT tool, right? So, and also it allows me to come and talk about it. I've kind of flex a bit that, oh, I use both, that kind of thing. But yeah, you really want to pick one, right? If you need to pick, I'll just suggest pick ChatGPT. And I say this because even I myself, I have built my own AI assistants into ChatGPT and I kind of give you access to it. Last but not least, I'm going to plug my own app. Well, it's not an app, it's more like a toolkit. It's a toolkit that gives you access to all these apps. Whether you're on $5 or $50, you can still use this, right? And that's my Oja Digital Toolkit, okay? Now, when you look at the toolkit, it gives you access to a lot of templates that I have used in the past, both for my emails, my static ad images, my organic posts from different fields. It also gives you access to some of my AI assistants. So it gives you access to Uncle Emeka. Uncle Emeka is the analyst, business analyst that I use to work on my stores. And then it gives you access to Benji. Now, Benji is my boy. Benji is like me, but the AI version of me. So a lot of like my sales copy, a lot of my offers, a lot of my strategy conversations, me and Benji always go back and forth. I have kind of trained these two AI assistants with my own knowledge base, with my own like access to tools and things like that. So they give me a very different response to what the generic AI platforms will give you. But yeah, so if you want access to that, check it out. Now, all of this, right, requires you to know how to sell on social media. So if you want to learn how to sell on social media or the business of selling on social media, watch this video next. If you've not subscribed, before you watch that video, subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you will see me tomorrow and then go and watch that video.